frags, and he wins matches even with this sort of awkward style, which is it's interesting to watch, but it's not necessarily pretty.
Well, it's almost like he's a street fighter, you know? If you had to characterize it.
He's a scrappy player, you know what I mean? Like gets the guy down to low health, and it's just it's always interesting, but it's not like dominating the other person.
And really, honestly, I'm a little bit surprised at the scoreline right now, just because Lost Cause has not been giving away too much here. Fiend, with LG like that, though, I mean, there's been so many cases where Fiend should have been dead, like behind those fucking stairs. Are you kidding me? But 8 seconds left to red armor, which means Fiend should be there in like 2 seconds to wait on it for a few more seconds. But again, cases like that, I just have not been liking the play. He's finally able to get some decent timing on it, but he hasn't been able to really control the other end of the map very well at all. He's been sitting back here where it's safe with red armor and Mega, but
why would he even care? I mean,
yeah.
if he gives 1 armor to Lost Cause, maybe 2 every now and then, but then is killing Lost Cause before he can even pick up either, he's fine.
But Lost Cause shouldn't be rushing in like that. That's the only thing. I mean,
yeah.
position-wise, Fiend is at a disadvantage.
I think Lost Cause is also kind of caught off guard. He's like, oh, this is a weird style. You know? You think that he would go collect items before rushing, but Fiend he does a lot of plus forward, so I don't know.
Well, Fiend finally breaks away to the top of the map. Red armor picked up by him once again. Mega's going to be up. Lost Cause, why is he here with his back against the wall? It's going to be a shooting gallery, and Fiend will be the one taking home the stuffed ducky.
Yeah. So I think we're setting up nicely between a Fiend Chaotix final.
You mean Lost Cause? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking about the 3rd place. I'm so focused on Lost Cause right now. Like, okay, he can still win 3rd place, right?
Yeah, I think the hot tub soak has not worked well for Lost Cause at the moment.
Well, yeah, when your fingers get all pruny. I mean, ask Prozac, you just can't play as well when you're wet. Wow,
nice,
Fiend, wow.
rocket.
And this is why it's so surprising. There's so many instances like, wow, why is Fiend even surviving this at all? But Lost Cause is just not capitalizing on some of these positional advantages that he has.
We've passed the halfway point. Fiend's still leading by a whomping 7. I mean, that's on this map, that's ridiculous. And Lost Cause yet to get on the board. Let's go take a look at his point of view. See what he can do for a comeback of some sort.
From 7-0. I don't know. I'm not getting my hopes up at this point, but I would. Yeah, I would like to see it. Fiend rushing out here. And actually, it was the rockets from Lost Cause that really gave him so much power in T9. He's finally able to pick up 1. Mega health is going to be stolen back away, though. Lost Cause just needs to find a place where his rockets can actually do their job a little bit easier. He hasn't been really picking the right angles for those rockets.
Yeah, I think also just a little bit of patience on that weak side of the map. He rushes a little early. He could wait maybe you know, collect 1 more YA or something. But you know, he's played some good games. It's just
he also looks nervous here.
Stack advantage. Yeah,
I mean, again, look at his mouse movement.
Wouldn't you be nervous down by 6, 7? 3 minutes left to go.
He's not as much as.
Not as nervous as I would be as if I were like down by 1 or if it were tied. I mean, this is a pretty big lead for him to come back from. This is a time when somebody like Lost Cause needs to kind of take a breath and go, okay, there's a long mountain ahead of me, but you know, it's doable. I mean, at this point, this is where Lost Cause needs to be as relaxed as possible, because he has no reason to be this nervous. Yeah. If it was like a really tight game and like every shot counted, then yeah. But this is where he needs to be recollecting, reasserting himself.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if he's running out of steam, though. Because that's something that I recall we've had the privilege of casting Lost Cause a couple of times, I want to say, for last year's qualifiers for the American Championship, and yeah, he did better the earlier it was in the night.
True. The same thing could be said of somebody like Judge.
Yeah.
Time was always a pretty big factor for him.
Is this the first one we've seen Lost Cause in the ESL qualifiers?
Coming this far, yes. He's usually had to buy out. But he's, again, I will reiterate, he's still in the running for 3rd place, so he still could make it to group stage. It is possible.
2 minutes to go. No change in score for quite some time. That's going to be a nice big rocket. That'll be an even better rocket. And not going to come. Nice rocket. There we go.
Not here, but on the response from the teleporter, Fiend is going to get an excellent rocket in on his opponent. Lost Cause rushing in for Mega Health. I'm not sure if he thought that Mega was coming up about 2 seconds later and he could get some damage in, or actually that'd be about the only situation where Lost Cause would have had anything to benefit from that situation. So a misread, a missed time, and he's going to be paying the price for it.
And according to the brackets, this is the first time he's come out to one of these ESL events this year. I just feel like if he had given it, you know, maybe showed up for the first 2 or 3. This is his first try, so if he had a couple more tries, but I'm pretty sure this is the last qualifier, so if you haven't played yet, you won't get another chance. But like you said, if he gets 3rd, he'll be in the group stage, and I'm sure he can maybe progress there. It's definitely good to see, you know, some of these players we haven't seen in a while coming back and everything.
Alright, well guys, I gotta ask, Vampire, Lost Cause, what are you thinking?
I feel like Vampire has an edge timing-wise and how refined his game is right now. I do think he'll take it, but I try not to make huge predictions before matches.
Nice pops. Fiend once again showing that his beautiful rocket play will literally win him matches. Fantastic work there.
And
yeah.
Sorry, but I was talking to ESL Steve. There's going to be one more qualifier next week, which I think we're going to cover. It's only for the top 2. CZM's going to be back, so I guess he doesn't feel too bad. He can come back, he can practice, and maybe trading as Fatality or something. And then, you know, hopefully we'll get to see some more of him. So look forward to that next week. And look forward to Lost Cause maybe getting 3rd, but I do think Vampire has the edge. What do you guys think?
I gotta say, I'm rooting for Rafiq. His dedication to show up at QuakeCon, it shows that he wants to get back into these things, and I've always been pulling for him.
Yeah. Hey, we're going live.
Yeah, I was taking.
Woo! Alright guys, since Greased is like catching nerd flu, here on ZTN, first map between Fiend and Chaotix. Fiend will be getting a lower spawn. Chaotix with the arguably better rocket launcher spawn, even though Fiend is going to have a pretty good grab for both Mega and Red Armor. Chaotix is like, hey, I got RL. Ha 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 ha. And so Fiend is a little bit nervous here still. He's got LG, he's got Railgun, and so he's wanting to keep his distance right now, but that's going to be difficult with the next grab of Red Armor.
Yeah, and Chaotix is protecting that RL area, really. I mean, even though it's kind of the side that he got the YA there, but he's definitely watching the RL, trying to deny that.
Yeah, without an LG, you can see how crippled Chaotix is for this fight. And Fiend will definitely come out on top. Really solid play by Fiend to not basically be... like, in other words, like, I guess you should say, Fiend picked the right fight for the weapon advantages that he had. LG versus RL. So, very solid.
Yeah.
But he still doesn't have an RL, which I don't know is going to work against him, but
Well, so far he's being very, very cognizant of that fact and not letting it deter his own play too much. 3 seconds to Mega. And I'm sure he's going to be looking for an angle on a rail.
Like right there, honestly, you know, Fiend had the stack where he could have survived whatever Chaotix threw at him, but I almost wish that Chaotix had been able to be in some sort of position to pressure Fiend, because you know, without the right weapons, you can really get caught out in that mega health corridor. Let's take a look at Chaotix, who's about to pick up his second YA to bump him up over 100, and that was 100, but no rail. Gonna drop in on it. Does hit a little bit of damage on the mega health. Mega will be grabbed. No damage done against Chaotix, and he's away and free, red and 2.
Oof. Nice rocket there, but look at Fiend stack. He's still a huge titan at this point. A little bit of LG float helped by Chaotix will be moving Fiend on over to red armor. Fiend looking for a response through the teleporter. He's not quite able to get the damage done, but Chaotix back over here at YA is going to be weak, easy pickings for Fiend to pick up a second frag. And look at that. He just knew, alright, I've got this one in the bag. I'm going to take it home right now. And up, there's a rocket in the face. Mega's going to be stolen away. This is Chaotix's chance to turn this thing back around. Fiend jumping over at that point. That was risky. Extremely risky. 9 health. Yeah.
But that's the kind of play that we've seen from Fiend all night, where he basically takes moments where you
never tell me the odds.
You wouldn't ever think a player would want to do that with you know, damage that's been done against them and things like that. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. Sure, why not? I'm the crazy guy that, you know, jumps out in front of the train in order to hop the tracks. You know, why wait for it to go by and then make the jump? So.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing for so long, he's got to find a way to make it interesting still, and you know, he's got his own style, so it looks like it's fun to play like he does. It's risky, but it's been paying off, so what can I say?
You make it sound like he's picked up a weird fetish just to keep his sex life interesting.
Yeah,
like,
sort of.
I like rubber chickens.
I just feel like some of the pro players, like their style of Rafa or something, it would be kind of boring to play the same slow, you know, style. And Fiend definitely has a more aggressive, fluid style. And you see right here, he's
well, that's where the metagame comes from. I mean, there's by the book, but that's where the meta starts, and it never, ever stops evolving past that point. That's actually one thing I really do agree with. Shit, what's that fighting game, dude?
I don't know, Tekken,
wow.
Street Fighter.
No. The one guy who has all these books at. Never mind. Point being, Chaotix down by 2 right now. That was no. It was this guy, Serlin. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I was thinking of Serlin.
IRC. Yeah. There you go.
I didn't even see IRC, it just dawned on me. Thank you, though, for all seeing where I was going with that. But yeah, he's written several things about the metagame and how the quote-unquote Yomi stack kind of turns back in on itself as players start to realize, okay, well, against my player's awkward play, the best thing to do is to play by the book, and it just keeps on going. And so right now, when you have players who are less experienced with each other, it does come down to, yeah, who can play the book better. But when you have a tight-knit community like Quake has, you have a lot of these matches where you really end up having players playing each other to their own weaknesses, and we're seeing a little bit of that here, but I'm not really seeing the cohesion between the two players right now. Fiend, again, says, screw you, Mega, I don't need you except as bait, but he's not going to be the master of that baiting, and Fiend will be taken down once again by Chaotix. That brings it into a 3-frag game halfway through this.
What a terrible place to be caught out. Chaotix is able to stuff Fiend into a corner, bringing it to now a 2-frag game, and the momentum has shifted. Rockets are, wow. Yeah, you gotta watch your ammo counts, folks, because the click can oftentimes be the harbinger of doom. Fiend able to get back on the board 6-3 now after Chaotix lost track of his ammo and was unable to do any more damage once his guns were empty. So, nice little dink at the very end of the hallway there. Fiend firing off that rocket. Very nice. Red armor's up. Trap set, trap
Oh,
sprung.
very nice rocket